my coolant is spilling everywhere. Ah, shit. Welcome back. This is part 2, tear down for the body mount. This one will be short and sweet. It'll be some old footage, just some lubrication removal. But we'll be right in part 3 for today for the stall brake repair, work our way up towards the body mount area and all messed up. So we'll make this one quick, like I said, just rip out the transfer case, the cross member and stuff, and get right after all this rust repair. So stay tuned. I don't have any help, so I've got this thing that I made. It's supposed to, the idea is to cradle the transfer case under there, and got some eyelets on it so I can put a ratchet strap around it, hopefully strap it in good, that way I'll be able to get it out by myself. But to do this, you got to get the torsion bar bracket out of the way, and it takes quite a bit to get it apart, so we'll see how far we go, but we'll start with draining the fluid real quick. Oh wow, that's embarrassing. Finger tight, that's good. Went 100,000 miles like that, so I can't complain. Oh, there it is. Oh. So I'm going to go ahead and take the torsion bars out now. If you don't already have one of these tools, I highly suggest it, especially if you're doing leveling keys or if you just want to get, torsion bars out to do ball joints, whatever. I think I spent $89 on this one or so. It's got a little key in the top, a little dimple in the cross member. And you just run it right up into the bottom. It's also got a little dimple, and it's in there. I like using a breaker bar on it. But, shit, I suppose one thing you should do first, dummy, you should get that bolt out of the way. Bolt out of the way first, then get your tool in there. I do like using a breaker bar. That impact's kind of violent. I'm going to go ahead and get that set up. Okay, so after you crank on a little bit, you can get the key out. Once you got the key out, like I said, I like using the bar, doing it by hand, instead of making a whole bunch of racket with the impact. Plus, my truck is very rusty. You know that shit dropping in my face. So, do the other side real quick. Crossbars come up immediately. Oops. See what this does. God damn, I hate how violent that is. Alright. Sweet. I'll do the other side real quick. This side, you'll probably be able to see the tool better at least. Go ahead and get this bolt out. top of the frame. Put that into. There's a little spot that it screws into there. So now we got that loaded up. Get this other little key out of there. Okay. Okay. That's pretty far down there. Alrighty. That is how you get the keys out. Now I've already had mine out recently, so my bars, I expect them to pop right out. But you might have to fight yours a little bit if it's the first time. And I might have to do it as well, actually. Alright, let me get a pry bar. There we go. You son of a bitch. Okay, so it looks like that's actually a 21. Let's see if 3/8 will get it loose. Not holding my breath. Right? Not bad. There's one. There, two. Oh yeah, look at that. Alrighty. Okay. So, we got some playroom here on the back side of this one that's welded in. We'll get this one out of the way next, support the engine and the transmission, and then we can work on getting this apart right here. And hopefully I'll be able to just shimmy this back and kind of spin it on the jack and get it sideways and be able to take it down with that fixture I made. So we'll work on getting this cross measured up. I think that's a 15. Yep. 2 nuts on the bottom of the trans mount here. Get those out there. There's one. There's 2. Then one thing I like to do at this point is just turn on that jack a little bit and see if she moves. Yep, we got separation there. Still don't know if I like how tall this thing is. I might switch that out for a regular jack. Oh yeah, look at that. That's fucking sweet. Oh, yeah. That's pretty damn close. I think it will have to go something like that. I think I can get a strap around that. Alright, so now that we got the cross member, the torsion bars, the keys, the drive shaft, all that good stuff out, I like to take a break and bag and tag all this stuff just so it doesn't get messed up. Doesn't have to be anything crazy, just something that you'll recognize, you know, when you take it apart. There's 2 bolts for the trans mount. The U-bolts for the rear drive shaft. I just put rear drive shaft. Torsion bar keys even though that's pretty obvious what that is. So it depends on how far you want to take it, but I like to keep everything labeled. When it comes time to put it back together, it's nice to just have a pile of bags that are labeled that you can sift through real quick, find out what you want, and so on and so forth. Come out of there. Sweet. Here's the transmission crossmember. Okay. So, now, I want to reposition my jack stand. I'm going to take the trans mount off and put my jack stand right underneath it. Do that. Okay, so this was actually on the frame when I bought it. Apparently had 118,000 miles, and it still doesn't look bad. So it's like, I don't know, at least 200,000 miles on that unit. It's still pretty solid. Could probably use replacing though. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, I like it when shit works out. If it doesn't always. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So, I can actually see that sucker lines up pretty dang good. I like that. So I'll go ahead and set it back down on the stand. Then we'll start taking the bolts loose to get the wiring harness off of it. All that good stuff. Then we'll see. Alright, I believe we are on the stand. Yep. Okay. Alright, so for right now, I think I'm going to go ahead and just get this out of the way. Okay. So, I want to loosen up the transfer case bolts. And I'm kind of in a shitty predicament with this cinder block. So I know it's going to leak when I separate it, even though I've got most of the fluid drained out of it. So I think for this one, I'm just going to get a pile of rags real quick and just eat it. There's no getting around. I mean, I can try to catch some of it with a pan, but no matter what, it's going to be messy. Okay. So another quick tip for getting the transfer case out. So yeah, you can go ahead and lower this down quite a bit more without messing anything up. You know, I think the coolant lines for the trans will flex with it. The fuel lines should flex with it, so you can get to that top bolt in the center. But what I found is just find a cheap set of wrenches, whether it's a ratcheting wrench or not, doesn't matter, but just go ahead and cut it off short. That way you got a little stubby, you can actually get up in there, and then if you need to, you can always get another wrench on it and break your bolt loose. So I've had this gasket leak several times, and I currently have a leak somewhere in here. I don't know what's happening, but it also could be blowing back from up front. I did the power steering gear rebuild not that long ago, so I know it's not that. So I've got other issues. So I expect to find some of that as we go through this. And we'll address that stuff later down the road. But I'm interested to see, get a couple of these loose and see how much it's going to piss the fluid out. As you can see, I didn't have the top one very tight on mine. Can't really wrench on it too tight with this one-handed. dumbass. Alright. Let's see if we get any more out of her. Yeah, she's nice and loose now. So that thing does have a spline connection on the inside of it from the tail shaft to the input shaft splined. And it is slightly longer, the spline section is slightly longer than the studs are. So technically you can slide this back and then rotate it down to where you've got the chain portion hanging straight down 90 degrees, but you're only on like an 1/8 inch of the splines. So that's always scared me from doing that. And the problem with doing this by myself, at least, I'm not a huge guy, I could probably hold this up, but the problem is getting it down. So with that torsion bar cross member in the way, you have to take it back and angle the face down and then push it out from the front. And with two people, you can do that pretty easy, one laying on either side. But laying underneath directly in the center by yourself, you get to a point where you can't get your elbows behind your body and you can't really put it down. And so you're stuck with it kind of on top of your chest. So in the effort to try to not break anything, that's what I came up with that little saddle deal there. Oh, I can't believe it. I'm going to try this. Fuck it, you only live once. I don't think I can do much more damage to my truck in its current state. So, let's give it a shot. Alright. So this is going to go really well or terribly wrong. I might find a block of wood or something as well. A little bit. Yeah, that'll keep it from completely crashing. Okay, no bolt, no bolt, no bolt. No bolt. Should be time to go. Oh shit, there it is. I knew that was coming. Okay, the only thing I can tell immediately I don't like about this is to lower it down. It is really far away and I can't really see what the hell's going on over there. How's that look? Can't see shit. Fuck. Come on down. Sweet. One man band. Alright. A little time consuming. If I can just get that fucker turned sideways a little bit more. Holy hell, it actually is going to work. Oh man, I hate this. Can't see shit. Can't see shit. Well, there you go. That's how you get your transfer case out of your truck by your damn self. Oh, there it is. Fuck you. Yep, fuck you. Whew. So unfortunately I didn't really record cutting the shit off because that's the easier part, but I'm ready to show you what I've been using. So I ordered off of Raybuck Auto Body Parts, raybuck.com. They got some good quality replacement OE quality panels. They seem to fit pretty good. I've got several of them so far, so they all seem to match up pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the quality of them. They weren't all bent and scratched to shit when I got them. In fact, they were packaged pretty good. So with that, I got this rotary broach kit for cutting spot welds. It's got an interchangeable tip on it, been drilling with it, so I can't unthread it, but essentially you just thread them on and off. Replaceable tips. I think it's another $30 for a replacement set of tips, but it's got a couple of centers for it. It's spring loaded, so once you get your center punch marked with your hammer, maybe even start it with a drill, and then that thing just blasts right through it. It actually works really good. I did a few of them here. So these are from, you know, regular drill bits, and this is that roto broach kit, just trying it out. So today I'm going to cover some more of this panel here. You know, a lot of this stuff you can't really buy anymore, so decided to go down the path of making it. So I've got a little sheet metal area I've been working with here. So what I've come up with, it's actually 6 different pieces of metal, and it actually looks pretty good. Now that I've welded this flange on the back corner, I can't really stick it up there anymore since this is on there, but I think you kind of get the idea. It's pretty close to being the same. So I'm working on getting this one out. Once I get that out and cut it off, see how this fits. I've already got one made up for the back corner. When I did the passenger side, I saved the templates. I used a cereal box. So this will eventually be something like that. So I've got one more panel I need to make yet. We'll get that one on camera and do this whole area here, but I want to get a nice, at least, you know, 30-degree 45 bend, something that I can grab onto. The other side didn't work out so good. So got a few different cutting tools, like I mentioned. I've got a carbide rasp here, works pretty good. I also grabbed this from Raybuck, Zero Rust, and so we'll see how that works out. But I got a little 90-degree hand box brake. It works pretty good. Just messing with some stuff here. So guess we'll get to work and drill the rest of these out and get this panel off here, get that on camera, get that one at least cut off, and work our way into the rocker panel and keep going up towards that rotted out body mount area. So we'll get to work.